this live launch with Hunky Dory TV. The crafting captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign and we are now cleared for takeoff. In preparation for launch, please ensure all of your troubles and worries are properly stowed. You won't be needing those today. Our flight time will be a craft-filled 60 minutes or more, and the Hunky Dory crew are now ready for departure. At this time, we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our video presentation. Live launch takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have live launch liftoff.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us and welcome to this live launch this Wednesday morning. We are feeling refreshed and raring to go after an Easter weekend, and we hope you are too. And let us know in the comments what you've got up to this Easter weekend, whether it's been crafting, seeing friends and family, or eating a lot of chocolate, because I can guarantee that's what I've been doing quite a lot of.
Yes.
But let me introduce to you who we've got here today. We've got Emily over on the producer's desk, and we've got Natalie over on the demonstration station.
Hello everyone.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I feel great. I had a bit of an extended Easter, so this is why. It was nearly a full week.
Oh, you did. I forgot you had a few days off. Oh, everybody, public service announcement.
Public service announcement.
Natalie,
the bus is coming.
Natalie is 1 year older.
I am 1 year older.
27, I think.
Kelly, can't tell people that.
I can.
Yeah, I was a bit sad about being old because now I'm officially in the late 20s category, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, shut up, woman. She's, you know. But yeah, I'm no longer mid-20s. Now I'm officially old. Like, now people are going to start looking at me and being like, right, come on, you need to sort your life out.
No,
Stop going to the pub. Stop drinking the massive amounts of alcohol you consumed at the weekend and eating, I don't know, oh, I ate so much food.
I think I remember when, I can't remember what age it was, but my friend texted me and told me if you was to apply for the X Factor, you would be no longer in the young category.
Exactly,
So,
it's 25, isn't it, the young one?
that's it, you're
So
right.
we are well and truly into the middle stages now, Kelly. It's just not fun. It's really not. Anyway.
I know you don't want to hear us sing or anything like the X
You
Factor.
definitely do not want to hear us singing. Oh gosh, your cats would be running away.
Have you eaten a lot of Easter eggs?
I actually haven't eaten a lot of Easter eggs. So we both got an Easter egg off Mum and Dad. And then we got some little eggs off Dan's mum. So the little eggs I've eaten one of. My big Easter egg is still in the cupboard. Dan ate his in like, oh my God, it was less than, actually he didn't, I was going to say less than like an hour after he got it, but we actually got it, then drove home. And then it was about 5 minutes after we got in the house from driving home. He was just like, Easter egg! So he's eating his, I've been really good.
That's good.
I've eaten a lot of cheese though.
Oh, okay.
I've not really felt the savoury food. Loads of cheese has been consumed.
Have you eaten Easter eggs this Easter or gone Easter egg rolling? I've never done that before actually.
We used to do it.
There's a park near me and everybody was there. So that was
It's
nice.
fun, isn't it? Decorating your
Yeah.
Easter eggs,
Yeah.
throwing them down, well, the normal eggs, throwing them down a hill.
Yes.
The thing is though, you've got to do hard-boiled eggs, otherwise it leaves a mess. You've got to make sure that those eggs are hard-boiled, otherwise you've got cracked eggs everywhere. Take weeks to get up. Top tip.
Top tip from Natalie this morning. So before we show you our amazing new duo design pads, we're just going to show you some card makes that have been done by you and submitted to us.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, let's have a look over what we've got.
Oh.
So this is nice. This is from Vicky Morehouse.
I love seeing decollage.
That's lovely, isn't it? I can't remember what collection that's from.
I want to say Springtime Wishes, yeah, because that had a theme of like the flowers and then little animals in. But I love the use of your gemstones there. It's very cool to put them in the middle.
Yeah, it's lovely. Donna Wood. Oh, this is very interesting
look
shape.
At this. I always see cards like this and think, oh, this is fabulous, but it's maths, isn't it? I just can't do it.
Yes, I'd have.
It's very skilled.
Yes, it's
very skilled crafting.
very construction led, but I love it. Diane Andrews. Oh, this is lovely. I think that might be.
This is the free gift, isn't it, that we
Yeah.
gave away at the beginning?
Yeah, the free topper.
Love that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, I like this. Look how cool that looks on the map. What a good idea. I never thought about that, using sort of like old paper pads and pages from books with your old Duo design paper pads. But that maps one is just my favourite. Love that one.
Yeah, that's lovely. Sharon King. Oh, we've got to have some deco ladies.
This is spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, that's lovely. Anita Chapman. Oh, that's so cute.
I love that. I love when you put them in little frames, then you can have them like around the house. It just changes it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think it makes it a little bit more special if you're giving it to somebody too.
It really
and
does.
Keep it up for a little bit longer.
Oh, the little puppies.
Oh, that's nice. You're a dog person, aren't you?
Yes. Yes. Love those puppies. That would cheer anyone up on her birthday, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Carrie Wheeler.
Oh, you got some.
We've got a selection.
We've got a selection here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
There's
we've
a
got
good bunch of cards there.
Yes, and the old club gift, Cheers for You,
Yeah.
is there in the corner. Really nice. I love them. Lucy Cole.
Oh,
I quite
this
like
was
these
another free
designs.
gift, wasn't it? Was this plain sailing club gift?
Yes, I think so.
I
It might
think
be.
so too. But this is cool. You could put like little. You make that on the top of like a box, and then put something inside the box, like a little gift. That's cute.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ian Davis. Oh, that's nice.
Do you know
isn't
what? I love those stamps. Seeing those stamps cheers me up so much.
it? You can do so much with those stamps
They
as well.
are amazing.
So thank you so much for submitting them, and if you want to continue sending your designs in, you can do that over on the blog, the Submit Your Make section, or you can email them into studio@hunkydorycrafts. But our editor of the Crafting with Hunky Dory magazine and New House will have a look at the selection, and she picks which ones she wants to put in the magazine, and whoever gets picked gets a £10 voucher.
How exciting!
good, isn't it?
Get your makes in, people. £10 coming your way.
Yes, so just absolutely take a quick picture and send it to us. Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we love seeing them as well, so thank you
We
so
do.
much for sending them in. But I think, shall we get on with our Win It Weekly question?
Oh, I love
Let's
Win It
go.
Week. This is a new one too. New question, new week,
Yes.
new prize.
New prize, and I think me and Natalie will love this prize. So
Oh,
it
I
is,
do like this prize.
yeah, so it's our Secret Garden Complete Collection. I think, yep, worth £30. You get the 6 stamps, and this is everything you need to make magical furry cards, or just
There's so much things you can do with these though. You can make like little books with them, like
Yeah.
little pop-up books. You can get really, really inventive, make some like dioramas. They are cool.
yeah, they're really cool. And I think you could make these, I always think, for like little children. Do you know, little fairy doors, and just
Have them in the house.
yeah, so cute. So yes, let's have a look at the question. How much is the world's most expensive pizza? Is it A, $12,000? Is it B, 23? Is that 23? Yes, 23,000. Or is it C? Can't see. it.
$5,900.
Okay. I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a world's most expensive pizza. But
What's on the pizza?
Uh,
Can you tell me this? I just need some more
Yes.
facts to
Have-
try and
have
work
we
this
got-
out.
we got caviar on it.
oh, caviar.
Oh,
okay.
caviar, right.
It has a bit of gold leaf on it as well.
Oh.
I don't think I'm into that.
See, I wasn't thinking extravagant that way.
Oh,
I was
you were
thinking
thinking
the
size?
Size.
I
The
know.
size of the pizza.
I think it also takes like 72 hours to make as well.
Oh, okay. 72
What?
hours.
Who has that time to wait to eat pizza? You just need a quick 20 minutes in the oven in your mouth. No, can't wait that long.
You can't wait that
72
long.
hours. No, thank you.
That's not for us here.
Okay, world's most right.
So please like,
Oh.
share and comment your answers, and we will announce the winner on Friday. It's our next show.
I think I'm going to go with A.
You're going with A?
Yeah, because it's in the middle. B's just a little bit too pushy, isn't it? That's a bit like, that's crazy money.
I don't know how much
I'm not sure
gold
they'd
leaf
sell
costs.
very much of them.
No.
Unless
No, I
you're
don't think so.
absolutely crazy.
Unless you was just, on your yacht at the weekend.
Well, who
know?
knows, but yeah. Either way, all 3 of those pizzas are very pricey.
They are. So give us your answers. A chance to win the Secret Garden stamp collection. So let's show you our duo design paper pads, but first let's run VT. So here is the first one of the new duo design paper pads, and if you saw the launch in January, you'll know we already have 3 designs in these, so this is the next set to this collection. So this one here I've got is the Watercolour Dreams and Colour Fades. As you can see, 2-in-1 paper pad, and these are all $9.99, or you can mix and match them for any 3 for 2. So let's have a look inside. 48 pages in these. There is how many designs? That's a 12 thing.
12 designs, and you get 4 of each, so they're really quite cool. You can use them on lots of different things. I like this one because it is so vibrant, super fun. You're going to be able to make loads of fun cards for maybe younger people, for sort of like that awkward teenage age group where you're not sure what cards to make for them, but this is really fun. And using it with your dies as well is quite a nice thing to do. But I just think that these paper pads are really useful for people who don't necessarily have the time or want to get really inky, or you know, make these crazy backgrounds from inks or pens and things like that. You can do this by just literally taking out a piece of this pad and getting really, really funky with it.
I think this one as well, the tones in this, it just reminds me of like candy floss and just really pretty things that I think would just be perfect.
This one's
for
like
all
a perfect
sorts.
summer sunset, that one there.
Yeah.
With all the different colours.
And I know I'm not really showing you the other side, the colour fades, but I will very
flip it
quickly.
over. But they're just so, so pretty. This one's a favourite as well. That sort of like shaving foam technique you can do with your glimmer mist. But you've got it there, it's ready to go. No time to sort of try and work it out. But I just love it. It's so fun. It's perfect for this time of year. When the sun's out, of course, because we all experienced some crazy snow yesterday. And then on the back, you've got that fade to white colour fade, which has got a really nice ombre texture, which is also really beautiful. And the shades match perfectly with the opposite side. So if you want to do matting and layering, you can do that, and you know it's going to work, which I think is really good for these pads because they're useful.
And I think as well, if you aren't confident with using your inks to create ombre backgrounds, it's there, it's done for you, it's ready-made. And again, with like the sort of watercolour washes, I know sometimes it takes a lot of time to get the effect that you want, because you can be quite fussy if the colours haven't mixed exactly how you was expecting, but these are perfect, and there's so many different shades in there, and like Natalie said, it's like a happy, summery, really pretty pad, isn't it? Now I've just got a couple of cards here just to show you what you can do. It's a happy birthday one.
This one's super wacky.
It is, it's very fun.
But it's really fun, isn't it?
I like how they've layered up here all different like pieces from the pad, and it's got like the 4 squares, but I think I'd say pretty simple to make, really.
I think so, and just how striking that background is, that colour fade background there with the purple and then going down to white. It is really pretty.
Yeah.
And they also work perfectly with your topper sets.
They do. And here we've got, so not using, I think using more the colour fades here, but again, just a lovely colourful background, and you can see personalise these with different toppers. I think this might be one of our pick and mix. Have I made that up?
Pick and mix or popper topper.
Yeah,
it's
popper
definitely
topper.
from that, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what is great about these pads, is using them with your popper toppers or your pick and mix where you don't have cardstock that goes with it. You can use these, you can find things that match with maybe it's a colour, maybe it's a theme, and you can bring it together and make some really, really fun stuff. Shall we get just like straight into it?
Let's get straight into it,
Ooh,
definitely.
exciting. Okay, so we're going to make a birthday card. We're going to keep it quite simple, but quite fun at the same time. So I've got a A5 card blank, but I might swap this out with a card that I'm going to do later on. Let's see if this fits better on here. Yes, okay. So we're going to do a 5x7 for this, and I've already picked out the beautiful page that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one because it's super colourful, and I'm also going to use some of our double-sided silver glitter, and I'm going to use this just because it's easier to work with rather than card. You're not going to have as many layers, but if we just pop this and we slide this underneath, we can keep it on the roll, but then we can also cut it down to the size we want it to be. So if we're going to go for 4 3/4, let's just pop that to one side, let's bring my arm out on my trimmer here, by 7 by 6 3/4, and that's going to give us a nice sort of clean white edge to work with. And then we can stick that down. Then we're going to put our paper over the top. Now I want to keep quite a lot of these colours in here, so I am going to take from either side. I'm going to take, if I take 1.5, that might do it. So take 1.5 from this side, 1.5 from the other side. And remember, these pieces keep, so you will be able to reuse these. So these little bits here you can cut out sentiments from, you can use them on other projects, so never throw sort of those little bits away.
Yeah,
and
then I think as well, because a few comments people are concerned about when they use one side they're wasting the other side, but if you keep the little pieces as well, you've still got
all those bits to use.
Yeah.
Obviously you've got a lighter shade and then a darker shade because of the way that I've cut this here. We're going to take this down to, let's just take it down to there. So I'm making this so it is a 6.5 by 4.5 rectangle, and then that is going to layer on top of our silver. Now what I want to do is put this on foam pads so it's lifted up on that silver. So we need to stick this down first of all. So get your 5x7 card blank, and then I'm going to peel away this corner, and I'm just going to sort of peel the rest of it. Actually, do you know what I'll do? This will make it so much easier. I'm just going to take my knife and really delicately, because this is super thin, I'm just going to try and score along that back edge, not to cut the piece, just so that then, I don't think it's going to work, so that I could peel off either side, but we might just have to do it this way. Sometimes if you want to work with this and you don't want it to be so flimsy, you could put it onto a thinner cardstock, maybe like a flexi weight, but because this is quite an even rectangle, I should be able to pop this down on here.
I like that
I'm
you're
very
putting
nervous
this
to get this wrong.
with the glittery paper, because I wouldn't think to put these two together, so it's nice to see that you don't have to just use the papers in the pad. You can
you can mix and match with loads and loads of pieces that you have in your stash at home, whether that's cardstock, adorable scoreable, but I'm just trying to get this straight, so we need to keep going. And if you do get air bubbles, you can always lift it out and remove more bits, but I'm getting it quite straight. It might be a little bit short on the end or a little bit too long, sorry, but we can just trim that away, no one's going to know about that. So let's just get that out. Remember, these creases, you're not going to be able to see them, but yeah, the easiest way to do it is probably to stick it onto something and then cut it down if you don't want the trouble. But I like just doing it this way, because it's lighter. It means your card isn't as heavy when you're giving it away. And then this will fit over the top here, but like I said, we're going to pop this onto some foam pads. But first of all, I'm going to cut my sentiment from this, and we're going to go with birthday, and this is from our combo sentiments and dies, which I absolutely love to use when we're doing cards with these duotones paper pads, because they're really large, so they fill quite a lot of space, and they also look fantastic with your cards. So we're going to make a happy birthday card here. We're going to pop that through on our die cutting machine. So let's just flick that over. I think it's on. Let's just bring it out a little bit and run that through. Now I'm not using the metal plate here because we don't need it, because the paper is quite thin. When you are die cutting with papers as well, it can be more difficult than when you die cut with cardstock, and people think, well, why? Because it's thinner, but that is the reason, because it's thinner and it's flimsier. Sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult, but this has cut beautifully. So I'm just going to peel this away now, and I'm keeping my die cut in this section, and I'm going to put that to one side because I actually want bits and pieces from that. So then I've taken that out. While we've got that ready to go now we can use our foam pads. I'm going to use a different selection of strips. So first of all, we've got our super thick strips, which are great for edges and things on cards, especially like this. Look at that, fit perfectly. And then this one, I think we'll just trim it slightly. We can pop that over here, and then I'm just going to put some more foam pad just really close to my image here, so that we don't get any sort of movement. And then we've got some really tiny, really super tiny, here they are, really super tiny squares, which I can just pop into these tiny sections of my words that I want to stick down on my piece. I don't want them sort of flapping around, I want them to stay quite in place. So then let's peel this off.
Tracy, I have just seen your comment. Woohoo, my Animal Kingdom kit has just arrived. Wow, it's gorgeous.
Oh, I love that kit.
It's beautiful.
Everyone will
isn't
be
it?
getting their stuff sort of like pre-Easter now, won't they? So
Yeah.
there's so much fun stuff coming out to people.
I like as well that the woohoo is in capital letters.
Woohoo! So much excitement. So we can pop this now on top of our silver, making sure that it is in place nice and straight. But then, as you can see, you've got some of the text, but then you've got some text that you do need filling in, and that's when this die comes in perfectly. So what we're going to do is just pop out this section, which is your text, and pop that one to one side. But look, you've got that beautiful sort of coloured, really nice watercoloured washed sentiment that you're going to be able to use on another card. But I just want these little bits now. This is a really kind of easy way to do it, which helps with, one, getting the tiny bits out of them, and two, not losing them, is to put your foam pads on while it's kind of stuck in the die.
Oh, that's a good tip. Because I was thinking, how are you going to get them out without, you know?
Without losing them.
Yeah.
And it is quite windy in here. The air conditioning is blowing quite a bit. I'm just going to trim this one in half so it's even tinier, so that I can get that in that space here. Oops. And then we'll do the same with the other pieces.
This is looking really nice.
And then we just need to put like a happy on, which we can use one of our stamps. So now we can take this out, we can take those covers away, and sort of just fill in those gaps. So it's kind of like a reverse on die cutting, which is really quite fun. It's a little bit different because obviously instead of having the die in there, which you would normally have, you've got like the reverse of that, but it's quite funky. It's really fun. Let's just put these in place. Now when I'm putting these on, because obviously these are your words, let's just put the big one on first because it might then help us with our gap. Don't press them down super far straight away. Sort of give yourself time to make sure you're putting this all in the right place. So that can go there, and then once you've got it, it is good to go. So then another one on here. Oops, that one. See that one I put a little bit out of place. It's better on there like that. So we've got your birthday. I'm not going to put the eye in because you don't necessarily need that, but I do want to put in these two little pieces here. So I think I can use this little element. Now it is tough when you get to the really tiny pieces that you need to stick back in, because obviously the tinier the pieces, the tinier the foam pads you need, but doing it this way, it makes it a lot easier. Take that backing off, and then that can go in here. And then another little bit for our Y. Let's just, oh, I have a piece already. This is good news. I thought I did. Stick that on there, pick it up. It's so easy to do. And then when you've got your back piece off, see when you drop it, it's okay because it sticks up. And then pop that in your Y section. There's a lot of bleeping going on out of this warehouse, which is a good news because it sounds like stuff's going out. And then all we need to do is put a sentiment on here. So we're going to put birthday, let's put birthday wishes. Birthday wishes. So I'm going to do this on a piece of, I did have some ink me, but let's get a little piece. We've got some down here. This is a strip here that we can use. So wishes, and I want a stamping block.
Everybody's really liking the card.
We're going to use, we can use VersaFine actually. I'm going to use VersaFine because it's a slow drying ink. Just going to pop this on the edge here because we just want that text. And then, oh, this is a good way of doing this actually. When you're just doing small sentiments like this, if you trim them out while where you want to cut it, and then what you can do most of the time is pick this up and then dip it into
Oh, that's very clever.
the card. So instead of sort of having embossing powder everywhere, which will happen, you're just dipping it in. So that's our wishes, and that's in a silver, so it's going to match with that glitter that we've got. We'll just heat emboss this, and then that can go onto our card. So we'll just wait for this to heat up. Takes a small while, but there we go. We've got that all heated onto there. Then I'm going to just trim it down a little bit more so there's a little bit less white showing on the bottom and the top. So birthday wishes. So it's quite a simple card. It's quite fun to create, but the effect that you get from it is really cool. And like I say, it's definitely one for younger, maybe teenagers that you have in the family, or younger children. I think the colours make it really fun as well, but I think it's suitable for everyone. I would love to get this card in the post. So birthday, and then we're just going to stick wishes under here like that. So the white matches in with the white that you've got around the outside, but how pretty is this? And some people might think, how have they done that background? How have they created that? But it is simply from one of our amazing paper pads, but the finish is just beautiful. You could add some gemstones on here, you could add some glossy accents possibly, just to make it really fun. But then you've got that birthday in that sparkly silver in the background. I love them. Love them
That
so
looks
much.
really nice. One of the comments said, Natalie, you have the patience of a saint using those little foam pads.
I do.
But there was a tip, I can't remember, so I'm sorry from who it was from, who said to use tweezers if you're struggling
Yes.
with the smaller foam
Yes.
pads, then you can get a little bit more intricate. So thank you very much, Nat, for that first demo.
You're welcome.
So let's show you our second duo design paper pad, and this is the Gilded
beautiful.
Inks and Glitteresque. Now I think I love this one. If you want to get a little bit grungy, this is already done for you. And even though it's just printed, a printed technique, it almost looks like there's texture there.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll try and show you this time at the same time the coordinated glitter on the back of these. Again, all different colours in this. This almost looks like gold gilding flakes, I think.
Yeah, it looks like the technique that you can create with alcohol inks, where you
Oh, look at that.
you sort of drop the
Beautiful glitters.
inks, they all merge in together, and then you add your gilding flakes or glitter to it to create that really lovely, like, it reminds me of those coasters that you made.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? I've got it on my desk actually.
Resin
The
coasters.
resin coasters, yeah,
With
like
the ink, like the pigmented inks, because the colours are so rich, and you can tell just how like deep and beautiful these colours are. Oh, that's beautiful. Like a purpley one, and again we'll have the glitters on the other side. So the glitters as well on the other side is quite like full, like it's a full texture.
It's really beautiful. It works so nicely together. And you know what? I think if you're doing wedding invites, you could use these as insides of your envelopes
Oh yes,
to
good
just make
idea.
them really, really classy, to bring it all in with the colours that you've got your invites written in.
That's a gorgeous colour.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, that's
Like
lovely.
a really orangey, deep red.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. You could not get, if you were to try and do this at home, you could not get it to look as stunning and as textured
Yeah,
as I think these
absolutely
do.
not.
It would take hours. This one is definitely one of my favourites for sure. Out of the whole 6 we've done,
Is it?
I very much like. I didn't think we could find patterns that were as different and as cool as the first 3 that we did, but these ones are really, really good.
Yeah,
and
I'm
we're on a 3 for 2 as well.
I must admit, when I saw we were doing 3 more, I was like, well, you won't beat the first 3 designs for me,
No.
because I really liked them. But no, these are so different. And let us know in the comments as well if you've got the first ones, and if you've enjoyed crafting with them. Oh, as well, we've got the beautiful gold glitter there. Like a bronzy texture there, that's just lovely. Now I know I give you a slight hint of the glitters, but I'll just ever so quickly just flick
Through them all because they are so
Yeah.
pretty. They're really, really fun.
Oh, that's just too nice.
But like you said, you've got those different sort of like light textures and tones in there, haven't you? So you've got
Yeah.
some darker areas, some lighter areas.
Absolutely.
Jen did these ones and I think she's done an exceptional job.
Oh, I thought this was an Allen.
No, Jen did these.
Did she?
Yeah,
Ah,
she pulled it
okay.
out the bag.
She did pull it out of the bag.
They're
There we
just so
go.
fun. The colours are really, really vibrant. In all 3 pads, I think the colours are something that really stands out for me.
Yeah.
But that one's
Oh,
beautiful.
let me show you before Nat makes something. Just the card. Oh, have I held that the wrong way? Oh, that's a good look card. And they've used like the glitters on the outside and like
It's cool,
different
isn't it?
textures on the inside.
How they've done that.
Yeah, to create the
Put
little pockets.
little circles and then scored them and then made those little pockets for your text to go in.
Yeah, that's really
Super
lovely.
fun.
Birthday wishes here. We've got the more use of the glitter on this side, and then the texture is just underneath that die. I really quite like
I
this
love
one.
this one.
That's lovely,
This
isn't
is
it?
really clever.
And so chopped
Really,
up all
really
different
clever.
colours here. And this is something that you could make with the offcuts of...
Oh, the
Yeah.
pages and yeah.
Absolutely.
And this one as well. If you
Oh,
have little bits
that's
cut
lovely.
out, you can cut your dies from here, decorate them all up. It is beautiful.
So are you ready for demo number 2?
I am ready, and I'm excited about this one, you know. I'm very excited because I love looking at these types of cards. I have so many pages on Instagram and Pinterest where I love alcohol cards, cards that are so sort of vibrant but really pretty and use lots of floral elements and textures. Altenew are a company who make that, and their design team make a lot of samples like we're going to try and do here, but we're not using any inks, no stamping. Well, we are going to use stamping, but no inks, no colours, no mess. We're going to do it all from one page. So we're going to use this page. So this is the one side, and then the other side is this really dark, beautiful teal green colour. We've got a little bit of gold mirror, and I've got some grey, adorable scorable actually, which is the satin finish, so it's going to match perfectly. And I thought it really matched with this colour here. So we're going to start off with putting this grey onto our card blank. So this needs to be, actually, I wanted to put some glitter on, but we might need to do grey first because of the sizing. So let's do grey. And we're probably going to use the whole of this sheet. So we'll cut that down to A5 and that'll just stick on the top. Then with our glitter, we're going to take that down to a quarter shorter. That was a nice little rhyme.
A quarter
shorter. And that is going to fit on here like so. So that's going to be a background panel, but it is actually just going to be a matte and layer, to be honest with you, because I just want to bring the glitter in. Then we're going to go back in with this green colour. So if I go to, I think it's just 1 notch over 5.5, and then I go a quarter again. So that would be 1 notch over 5 1/4. Like that. That should fit quite perfectly on there then. We're going to have nice quarter edges.
When we had Kat on the show, I think we heard she measures exactly the same way as you.
She does. She's a
With
funny
the notches.
measurer. She calls them noggins.
Noggins.
Yeah, Kat will be back with us on Friday. I'm very excited.
Yes.
Dan and Kat
Dan
in
and
for
Kat.
another show. And then what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure where this measurement is, but if I just line it up and then just mark that adorable scribble with my nail, then I can see where we need to cut it. I'm actually just going to cut it slightly above that, so then if we need to move it, we've got room. But I think that's quite perfect actually. Yeah, so let's stick that together. You can use glue, you can use tape, you can use whatever you want to. I'm going to use tape here, and then we'll just peel this back. So we're going to stick these 3 layers on to start with, and then we're going to get really fancy with our gilded ink section. So then this will stick on here like so. And so we're bringing that glitter to the outside edge. You could go with, actually, should we go with this? Because we are going to bring some more of this in, and it might just make it look a little bit more fantastic. Do we have some gold mirror? Do we have some gold mirror that is the right size? Let's see here. Let's put this on gold mirror. Let's do that. So we're going to remove that first piece that we made. We're going to replace it with gold mirror just to get that real sort of luxurious, classy feel that I feel this paper pad gives us.
Yeah, it really does this one, doesn't it?
It's beautiful. I'm so sad that we're hiding this away, but don't worry, because we do have more of this that's going to come out. So let's pop that on there.
Quite a few comments answering our Win It Weekly question this week, and I think a few answers for A, which is $12,000.
$12,000.
But if I had
That's
$12,000,
crazy.
I wouldn't be spending it on a pizza.
I definitely wouldn't be spending it on a pizza either.
And you guys who watch us at home know how much we talk about food.
Yeah.
And love food, and even we wouldn't spend it on
We
a
would
pizza.
not be spending that on a pizza. So I am actually going to get another piece here because I am quite lucky that we have this to hand. Obviously, I think I would say you'd need maybe one piece. You don't have to put this glitter around the outside. Maybe you can use your glitter card if you wanted to, but I just want to use this section here. I'm going to use this bit across here, and I'm actually going to just take my scissors and sort of cut around this bit here so it looks really like a crystal sort of wood on the edge, like quite rocky, quite cut into. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I feel like you can do that with this pad, and you can cut a little. You don't need to be as careful when you cut it. I think it would still look nice.
You can do whatever you wish, which is beautiful, and then you get that wonderful effect here that we've just created. So now we need to, I'm going to cut this down first of all. So this layer was 1/2 quarters under it. So if I just trim this bit here and then line that up, and that's going to look wonderful. We need to just cut this bit here. So again, I'm just using my finger just to put a little notch in there. You could use a pencil. Pencil will probably show up better actually because I have lost my notch. Oh, there it is.
Have you lost your noggin?
I've lost my noggin. I've lost it. So I'm just gonna, let's flip it over. It might be easier to see it. There is where it is. Just on there. So let's pop this down. Trim that down, but I would be keeping these because look at that. Die cutting from that would be incredible. So I'm going to pop that on here. We do need to trim it down just slightly, maybe 2 notches.
We've got another measurement term. Becky Lucy, I'm awful at measurements. 5-1 dobbit.
5-1 dobbit?
Yes.
That's a good term.
She's put, I make no sense when I craft. I don't think any of us do we?
No,
We're just
none
so
of us
used to what
do. We just do it.
That makes it work.
So I'm going to take this to about 3/4, so you've still got some of this nice white space here. And then again, I'm just going to use my finger along the rim of that card there to see where I need to trim that. So sometimes it's not about where you're going to cut it, where you're going to trim it. Sometimes you do have to get quite into it and just sort of freehand do it to get where you want it to be. Now I was going to also stick this onto a bit of gold mirror and then cut the gold mirror edge off, and you don't need to actually stick the whole thing down to do this. You can just stick the bottom bit, but now that we've got gold mirror on the edge, it might just be nice to just stick that straight onto here. I'm trying to look at the camera and see where that moves to, because we are going to use some gold mirror in a minute, so we will bring that back in. Let's get our foam pads, and again I'm going to use those big strips, and I'm just going to put strips along the outside edges. Let's peel this off, and then we can stick our thing onto it, because we could stick our foam pads over the top of that, but it would move around a bit and then it wouldn't stick together as well. So we'll stick that here, just trim that section off there. We can pop that in the middle somewhere, and then we need 2 more strips for those outside edges.
We've got a comment that you might like, and where's it gone now? If I spent, oh no, I've lost it. But anyway, it was, if I was to spend $12,000 in an order, it would be craft supplies, shoes, and then handbags. And I think yours would be craft supplies, maybe trainers.
Trainers. Yeah, trainers. Do you know what? I was really sad I didn't buy myself some trainers for my birthday.
Well, you did get some shoes.
I did get some shoes. I've got them on today actually, trying to thingy them in. I got some new Doc Martens because I've had mine for about 6 years now, and they're starting to become unwaterproofed, which is a struggle. It is a struggle indeed. So we've got that beautiful edge now, and adding it on foam pads gives some more dimension because you get that little lovely shadow underneath. Then what I've done is, this is from our Wise and Beautiful Moonstone dies, and this is one of the stamp sets. I think it is a Note to Say Hello stamp set, and it's got this wonderful flower arrangement on here. Now I have heat embossed this onto a piece of gold fabric, and I think what I want to do is just have this sort of in this side somewhere. Maybe we'll have it halfway over the other bit. I'm not sure because I had a plan, and now my plan is...
Has the plan changed?
My plan has changed because I also did it in green just in case I wanted the green, but I think using your parchment, you still get the colours underneath it, but it just lifts it up really nicely. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to leave it.
I think a bit lower.
Here, on like an angle.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That decision, you're going to have to make it. And I can't make it in case it's the wrong one.
I can't make this decision for you, Natalie.
Oh,
We're going to go here, I think. A little bit over, a little bit on top of that. So I've got some square foam pads again. They're a bit bigger this time. But I have cut into them to make them a bit smaller. And we're just going to pop them over these little sections on our stamps because there's a lot of gold showing, which means you won't get as much of a white edge when you stick it down. This is the stress of card making. And card making when you had a plan but hadn't really put the card together in your brain, and then when you do put it together you're like, oh no, maybe this isn't going to work. I like it like this.
Do you have days as a crafter where you are feeling more indecisive?
Yeah.
And some days where you're just like, no, I'm going to put it there and it's absolutely going to work?
Yeah, definitely. But that's the fun about these paper pads, is that you can get really crafty and creative with them. So I've doubled up my foam pads on this side because obviously that's going to go under this section here, which means we need it to be higher so that it stands off on that background. So just popping those edges down, and then I don't want to use the sentiment from this, so I've mixed and matched, and I really love the text on this one, which is this little like script text that says missing you. So I'm going to take this and we are going to heat emboss this. So I'm just going to get my stamp ready. We're going to heat emboss this onto a piece of our scrap that we have. I want it to be, oh here we go, this section that we cut out, we can do it on there so it all matches. Let's get our VersaFine again, but this time we're going to do it in gold. So let's just stamp onto here. When you're stamping onto your paper pads as well, you need to be really careful because it is a satin finish. It does sometimes move your stamp around. So when you position your stamp on there, don't press down like you would do on a normal piece of Inkme. You would really put pressure on your Inkme. Don't do that because I need some scrap here. Just knock that off. We'll tidy that up in a minute because it moves it around and it can make it a bit thicker and not look as nice.
What does that say?
It says missing you.
Oh.
I thought it was a good card for now because although we're able to see our friends and family now, which is absolutely amazing, there's still some people that I'm missing.
Yeah.
So we can send this to them.
It's not like going inside and having a cup of tea just yet, is it? It's
No.
Still seeing everyone from a distance.
We're still seeing people from a small area of a garden or wherever is safe. So I'm going to trim this down and then we're going to put it onto some of that glitter again. So I'm going to use my trimmer this time because I want it to be quite straight. So let's just trim that down here, and then that top section I can cut. It's just a little bit too short. Let's just trim that off on here. That looks wonky now. This always happens. the beauty of this is that you can keep going in and out until it's not wonky. If I trim that down to here, then I can make sure that that is straight. And then let's just go across there, and that's going to go right to the edge. And then onto here, and then I'm going to stick that on there. We can use some of our double-sided tape. Then I'm going to pop that onto this gold mirror and just lift it up with some foam pads, and we are done with this card. I might add a little bit of some gemstones, and then this is just going to be easier to do with my scissors. So you can just trim along there, making sure that my lines are quite even, but I've got that line from the sentiment to follow. We'll stick that on here.
I think you've got very creative this morning.
I have, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've just done some crazy bits with my piece. So then this is going to go across here, and I'm actually going to put it sort of like over my main image as well, so it's kind of hidden in there. And then let's get some gold. I want the proper gold, if we've got some. Don't think we do. Oh, do you know what will work? The glitter ones.
Oh yeah, they'll work.
I don't think they're as small, but they will work. So let's stick this on. Just take this piece off and stick that over there like so. So you've got that beautiful flower that pokes out. And then our glitter gemstones, I'm going to use this gold because I think that works perfectly. I'm just going to put a few. Oh, where did that go? I stuck that on, didn't I? What happened there? Where even
You'll
is
find
that?
it later. It'll be stuck to you somewhere.
Honestly, that was that was pure magic. That was. I don't even know what happened then. Let's put. How strange was that? Honestly, I was baffled. I was like, what on earth is going on here? Is it that one? Oh, honestly, these gemstones can cause a
I think you've
riot.
tickled Emily. She's
Hey,
chuckling away in the
riot.
corner.
I'll put another one there. And then, do you know what I haven't even done? Because I got so into that then. I haven't even stuck it to my card blank. So let's pop this on here. And I love this one. Let's pop it on there. We'll add it to our A5 card blank, which I'm hoping this is, because we didn't have any in the craft room, so I've taken it from Rachel's desk.
Have you been stealing?
I've been stealing. We just need to trim it down, I think, on that one edge. Maybe it wasn't an A5 card blank. Trim that along that gold border, and then there we go. Oh, it's divine. I want to send it to myself.
That is really nice.
I love it.
It's so fancy.
Isn't
it's
it?
very fancy.
It's
yes.
so fancy. So I only could find this floral stamp in my stash of stamps on my desk, but I know that we have really large, beautiful flowers, A5 stamps, and they're massive flowers. That would look stunning on here as well.
The Simply Flowers set, is it?
Quite possibly, but just look at it. Oh, it's amazing. It's so classy and elegant and beautiful. I love this paper pad. This is my favourite now.
Is that your favourite?
Yeah, but it might not be after I've done my third demo, because I
mean,
just like them all.
Usually people can be, a little quieter about how much they love their own makes, but not Natalie.
I did think about that. I definitely blew my own trumpet there.
She's made the best card she's
Honestly,
ever made.
I would buy it. I would buy that card from a shop if I saw it. Beautiful.
Right, so let's show you the last pad. This is our Cottage Garden and Beautiful Burlap. Absolutely stunning. I think it just reminds me of spring, and it's
Isn't it?
perfect for this
So
time
rustic.
of year. Yeah, really rustic. Like, think of hay bells and just the spring flowers, and I think now as well all the flowers are starting to come in the gardens and the wildlife.
Yeah,
aren't
they are, aren't they?
And bits of lacy texture here. and then different colour burlap behind, which is lovely. And that's a really nice sky blue colour there. Again, we've got this burlap with some very delicate like florals on there. It's almost like...
It's like a secret garden kind of vibe, isn't it? But like a cottage theme. Like, the name is perfect. Cottage garden. It's really, really lovely.
Oh, this one's nice. A little bit brighter as well. And just if you don't want the like burlap texture completely, it's just like got little hints and the lace there coming through. Beautiful yellow flowers. I think you could... Does anybody craft in the garden, or is that too messy? Do things fly away? Because I think this is making me think of a little tea. It's like a bistro set outside, just crafting.
A little afternoon tea on the deck.
Yes, absolutely.
Crafting away. I'm there.
I think this one will be really popular.
I think so.
Just because you can use the flowers and lace for loads of projects.
It's just exciting, isn't it? It can fill so many themes as well.
Yeah.
Like Mother's Day, maybe. You can do quite thinking of you, sending on love, happy birthday. There's loads and loads of different themes. Retirement, you could do retirement cards from this. There's loads. It's just divine. I think it's really, really pretty. And who doesn't want like to make rustic cards? They're very different, I think, rustic cards.
Yeah, it's a different sort of style, isn't it?
It's just beautiful.
I'm not very good at turning these in 4 pages.
No, sometimes you miss them, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. It's quite a different colour from the rest.
It is, isn't it?
A little bit
A
darker.
bit more masculine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's so much fun. The textures, the pictures, the images.
This reminds me of almost like the front of a notepad or something. Do you know you can make your own stationery with this?
Oh, what a good idea. Make stationery sets and send them out.
Yeah. Little
Sell them.
notelets.
Love it.
Yeah, I'll just quickly... I've done that right. No?
We'll get there in the end.
We'll get there. Just show you just
I love
some
this
of the
texture.
colours.
This texture is really nice. You can use it everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see if you are going to create a card better than the best card you've just made.
I'm not sure, you know.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
Me neither, Kelly. It's going to be a struggle, but I'm excited for this one because it's just going to go all for it. It's going to free for all.
You probably can't see on the camera as well, but up close it almost feels like that is fabric.
It does,
like
doesn't it?
The printed texture.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The detail is really quite something in here.
So yes, this is our final one of the 3 new designs. And just to reiterate, the £9.99 each or any 3 for 2.
It's amazing.
Yes. So let's head over to Nat for the final demo of
Final
the day.
demo of the day. And you know what? I don't know what to do. I have an idea, but I'm just flicking through and I'm like, well, I don't want to use that and I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to cut this bit because it's so
Oh, actually, I've not shown you some
beautiful.
cards with this, so let me just quickly show you while you're picking your
because
design.
I don't know what to do here. It's a struggle. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, so use dies here. I think they are our scalloped nesting dies, possibly. Made some beautiful little paper roses. That's such a good idea with this pad. Here, more of just like a simple version, just showing that you don't have to actually use, you know, the full pages of the design. You can cut into them, you can cut your own flowers and make your own little shapes there. And then we have this one here, using the more natural burlap around the edge. And again, just cutting into these to create these, almost looks like a little flower, so they can be the petals. But yeah, really pretty cards made with this pad.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
it really is.
Okay, I've got a lot of stuff peeled out here, people. Right, we've got this wonderful pink, because I really like how this lace texture comes out of the side. Then I've gone for this one because this one's quite a vibrant texture, but even in this you can see sort of like weaved detail as if it's sort of like a tapestry or a pair of curtains that you would find in a really cool cottage somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I've gone for this purple because I want to bring out some of the flowers in here, so I think purple is going to be my best option. We're going to do a square 7x7. We're going to do quite a lot of layering, I feel, on here. So first of all, our 7x7, we're going to cut this down and I'm going to stick this on, and then what I'm going to do is just ruffle up the edges of this. So let's stick this down, and oh, I'm so sad to be sticking over this wonderful purple here. I think I'd have to buy more than one of these pads because I would be so sad if I bought one and then it sold out and I didn't have one of these to use. But I think people that also make jewellery, these are great for. Pauline said this the other day, you know, resin jewellery, using these for that is a really good idea as sort of like background pages, then put bits on top and then resin. This is great for scrapbookers or people who do more sort of rustic crafting, I think. Wedding invites as well.
Yep.
Is perfect for this one. So I have got this, when I've stuck it on, a little bit funny, but it's fine because now I've stuck it to my cardstock, I'm just going along with my scissors and we're just roughing up the edges of here, and I'm going to do it on all four sides if I can get my scissors to do that correctly. So that's one done. So the extra white is actually okay because once I've roughed up the edges, you're not actually going to be able to tell that much. And adding it to your cardstock before you do this gives it just a bit more strength, because otherwise it would be sort of like all over the place. So then I'm going to do this side. I'll do it this way. Some sides, depending on where you put your tape, you need to be quite careful that you don't sort of rip it off like I've just done there. But don't worry, because we're going to hide that up. And then the main top section here we can just go over the top there, and you get that nice sort of white coming through. You can do that with sandpaper as well if you wanted, but then that just gives you a bit of a rustic feel to those outside edges. Then what I'm going to do is get this piece. Let's get this piece actually, and we're going to cut this down to, let's go for 7.5. Now 7, I've done that 7.5. So that's going to bring this up, and I'm actually going to stick it on upside down, but don't worry about that because it will be the right way around. I'm going to rough up my edges on all of these pieces as well, just to really add that sort of rustic feel to this project. So just with the edge of your scissors, because it is a paper pad, you're not going to get that sort of white edge as much as you do if you're doing it with your cardstocks, because it is a lot thinner, but you are going to get sort of like that roughed up edge that we are wanting from this piece. So I've got that, and then I'm also, please don't, I know people are going to hate me, I'm just going to scrunch it up a little bit.
Well,
I knew you were going to say that.
She's lost the plot, everybody.
She's ruined it now. She's ruined it now. I don't want to get it super scrunched, but I just want to add some texture to my paper pad. People and certain crafters will hate this, but this is what I love about paper pads, is that you can make such like different things that people would be like, well, what are you doing if you did this with a kit?
Well, you know, I don't know if I'm thinking that right now. I know, I'm only kidding. I have got faith that this is going to be a good idea.
So I'm going to stick this on here, and I want this bit showing on my side of my card. I'm also going to do it tenfold, I think, so I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to make sure that it is a little bit wonky as well. So I'm doing everything that card makers tell you not to do. I'm making a wonky card, and I've scrunched up my cardstock so it looks really, really unusual and quite sort of steampunky-esque with lots of bits. You can sort of rip some of these edges as well, so you've got the other burlap sort of coming through, make it really quite grungy. Then I'm going to pop this section over this side. So for this, another thing that crafters hate, we're just going to tear along this side here. Now I want to stick this over the top, and I think I might also stick it a little bit over the edges. So let's trim that down to 6 3/4, and then that's going to be, because this is 7 1/2, it's going to be a quarter over 6 3/4. I also want to make sure I've got those 2 butterflies in the edge, so let's just do one side and then we'll do the other side. Oh, I've just made that a little bit short, but it's okay because we're going with a rustic feel here. Won't be an issue. I'm not going to scrape this up, but what I'm going to do is take my crafting knife and I'm going to go around the edge of these butterflies.
Oh, I know what you're going to do with
so
them,
that
I
they
think.
stick up really nicely. Have you got lots of people commenting saying, "What are you doing, Natalie?"
I thought there would be more, but there isn't.
Not yet.
No, quite a few people saying, I love that idea. Margaret said she loves the scrunchy idea. Linda has said, I'm worried, Natalie, but I'm sure it will be fine.
Here's to hoping.
Emma Healy loving this idea. Debbie loving this card. See, everybody just knows, I think, what you like, and that somehow you're going to make it look really good.
I hope so. I hope so. Then
Lorna has said, that's looking so good, Natalie, but I'm sure if I tried doing it, it would look a real mess. I think that's what everybody thinks, don't they? When you go to like mess up a card, you can't think of the outcome. You don't know how it's going to look.
You just got to go with it. Just go with it. Trust in yourself that you can bring it back, and if you do go a little bit crazy, it's not a problem. So popping out these butterflies, I just missed some edges, so just squeezing them up a little bit. Then when we turn this over, we can put our tape. Oh, actually, I don't want to do tape. I wanted to do foam pads. Let's just peel this off a bit more. Peel that side off. And then get my strip foam pads, my trusted strips, which we're going to pop on here. It's a good job that Dan's not watching this, because I feel like he would have come in already and been like, what are you doing?
Cut it off, girls. Come back on Friday. That's
honestly, get out of here. What are you showing these people? So I'm just going to add a little bit to this so that that sticks down. Oh, just popping that off, and then I'll stick that there just to give it the height that it requires. So let's peel this all off. And this is so beautiful. You could use these in all different other spaces. You could just make a DL with that. So none of this goes to waste. It really doesn't. Where are we up to? So it's going this way. I'm popping this over here. So it's slightly bigger than my other pieces. And that should just stick nicely on there. It might be a little bit troublesome because of the texture underneath it, but you can always add sort of more foam pads. Then what I've got is, from another piece, I cut out these flowers that we're going to layer onto this section here, I think. So let's get more foam pads. Foam pads are our friend.
You've gone through quite a few foam pads today.
Oh, I've been through loads, haven't I? The other day as well, when I did some crafting at home, preparing for a TV show, I took some home thinking, right, this will be enough. No, I used loads. I had to go upstairs and get some out of my stash because I just didn't have enough. So that will go on our little stem.
I know you're used to going to TV now, but before I read a comment and somebody's watching YouTube on TV, so now I can say I've been on the TV.
Yeah.
I am a TV presenter.
You are.
I'm very happy about this.
I'm going to pop that just onto this section here so it stands up, and this is double foam pads, so it'll just hold on there. Then I've got a little bit of twine. Twine is perfect for this collection. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've just poured glue all over the side, but it's okay because we can't see that.
You can't see that.
Let's add a little spot of glue there. I'm going to add this onto our flowers, so it's just...
Jackie, you're not alone.
over
I was
here.
thinking exactly the same. She's put, wow, I was sat here thinking, oh my God, what's Natalie doing? But wow, never thought it, but I love it.
Okay, so here we go. It's good news. It's good news.
Yes.
We're not going crazy. Now, I do have a stamp here that I was going to stamp on, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it, people. I definitely can't stamp it onto here because I've actually messed it up because I scrunched it. So I'm going to stamp it onto this little bit of burlaps here. Where's my stamping press? And it says Sending Love, and this is from our Floral Geometrics collection. I'm going to go in with, because it's paper, I'm going to use Stays On. This is a super, super permanent ink pad. And you can get it in lots of different colours as well, so doing this in like brown would be quite nice. But I'm doing it in a black, and you know what, if it doesn't properly stamp, it's going to be fine. It has stamped really nicely actually on there. And then what I can do is just, I'm going to tear it again. And because it stays on as well, look at this, it's perfect, stays on. If you want to add stamps to your paper pad cards, use Stays On. Before I ruin any more of this paper, I'm just going to cut along this section here and here, because I could use that little bit. And then I'm just going to just rip around my sentiment just to add that, add the rustic feel that we've got going on here. And I'm doing it towards myself so I get that beautiful white edge as well. And then that can just go on here. One more little rip. And this is a crazy card that we have made from nothing. Let's just scrunch it up a bit on the edges as well. Why not? Sending Our Love. No, let's add it to the top here. Or, let's do that. That's a clever idea, Natalie. Well done.
I think what has
I'm
happened
going to put it under
is
here so it looks like a little label with your flowers.
Natalie obviously needs to have 5 days off more often.
I do.
She is on form today.
On fire. So I'm going to pop that under here so it looks like it's like a little tag that comes with your flowers. So it says Sending Our Love. And then I'm not finished yet, people. Don't you think we're finished right now? I'm going to go in with some purple pearl gemstones. The lightest, oh actually, maybe this colour that goes with this beautiful arrangement. And I'm just going to pop, let's go with 2 just in that section there. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done. My crazy crafty creation is complete. And do you know what? I love this so much that I'm going to send this out to someone. So we're going to do a giveaway.
Oh, lovely.
Let's do a giveaway on my page after this. We'll take a picture, we'll get it up there, and some lucky person can win my crazy creation because it is absolutely insane.
But it looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does.
Again, blowing my own trumpet, but thanks, Kel.
Okay, so that's our 3 new pads. Now, if you haven't got our original 3, I'll just quickly show you. So if you want to mix and match any 3 for 2, you can also mix and match them on the first 3, which is our Floral Delights and Watercolour Wash, our Vintage Maps and Aged Paper, and finally our Terrazzo Chic and Splendid Speckle, which I just love. But we've got one more product to show you, and I know we haven't done any demos with this. but I
I
don't
don't think it needs it.
it doesn't need it.
It's amazing.
Here it is.
People are going
Our
to love this.
glitter ombre mirror. So you can already see how amazing that is. Now I just need to hold it in the right light, I think, so you can see the ombre colours.
It's beautiful.
$11.99. You get 30 sheets of this, and as you can see, the shades, it's like pinky purples, we've got blue and teals, and then this one, oh, it's my favourite. It's just beautiful, and you can see the incredible shine here. So like the gold yellowy tones to the pink, absolutely beautiful. So it's the glitter effect, and you can use this with your Duo Design paper pads. You can use this with absolutely anything, and it's only £11.99. So as you know, our mirror doesn't stick around for long because
No, it really doesn't.
you go mad for our mirror, so get this while you can. But I think that's it from us today.
I think so.
We've
shown you lots of things today.
Yes, we've had good fun today. So I think if you still want to catch us, we are on Create and Craft. I think it's 2:15 today.
It is 2:15 today, and it's an amazing new Miri collection.
Oh wow!
Miri people, Miri 2:15. Make sure you are there because it's beautiful. It's one of our a favourite collection that we have done previously, but we have taken it to the Miri Fairies. It's going to be a good show. You don't want to miss that.
I will add the Horse and Country full collection to the rollover box, so keep adding your answers to the Win It Weekly, and we will be back here on Friday to show you that fabulous Miri collection. Thank you for watching, everybody. It's goodbye from me.
Bye.